Let me just notify the Discord. Wait, I should do it on my phone. Let's see if someone gets first before Flix manages to. There we go. I think I'm live. I'm live, right? Yeah. We're good. We're chilling. Hello. Okay. So, Rexport. I got something to say. What was I gonna say? I completely forgot what I was doing. Ah, yes. So, fall so late. I'm trying to distract you. So, I have decided that because I keep forgetting what albums I like, I was going to try and Bird. Bird is the word. Hello, Levy. I'm going to try and keep up and start rating albums on Album of the Year. I decided to use Album of the Year instead of Rate Your Music. I like the interface. Sorry. I'm on the opposite side of the war. I'm for Rate Your Music? I know, fair enough. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. However, I'm in an advert. Okay, take your time. However, I have started. And so, here, I'll show you. I'll show you at the start. How would just there we go, something like this. Started getting a French blue collar worker ad on Twitch. I'm not blue collar or French. Ants mentioned. Ants is number 2. I have it as a 97, which I know you think is 3 points too low. I understand. I respect your opinion. Make a topic? Alright, I'm discussing music. Definitely too low. Burial's only 100, because I just love Untrue so much. Trench feels high? Trench is a 91. So Trench I have as 91. The only reason there isn't much higher than it is because I am struggling to think of albums that I really like. And so there's a whole 9 points of things that could be better. Lahai is just beautiful. Okay, because you probably can't read the numbers. 100 is Untrue. Then Ants is 97. Lahai is 96. Matt Villainy is 94. Trench is 91. Food is 87. Skin TV is 84. That one is subject to change. It's growing on me, it really is. However, the reason I'm not quite there yet with Skin TV is because there's a few songs I just don't care for still. Right? Like Big Shot, I could take or leave. Bloomsday, I could take or leave. And How Cold Love Is, I could take or leave. Maruo feels correct at 79. That's what I was saying. Anyway, I know you like Big Shot. Again, maybe it'll grow on me, and honestly, it's highly likely that I'll like it significantly more after the concert. It's albums, Levy. Albums. So, we'll see how I feel after the concert, but right now, those songs are what's holding it back for me. Everything else, I love the intro. I love Jackie Down the Line. I love Roman Holiday. I love Couple Across the Way. I love Skin Tifia. I love I Love You. I love Nabokov. Just all those songs are fantastic. But the thing is, it's an album where out of 10 songs, 3 of them I don't care for, right? What is Album of the Year's rating system? This one? I have no idea. It's just the one I've liked the interface more. Anyway. Gotta go. I'm just here to say hi. Well, hi, Void. Appreciate you stopping by. So it's a album where out of 10 of the songs, I don't care for 3 of them. It's not I don't like them, it's just that I could take or leave. Okay, well, there you go. And so for me, Skin Tifia at 84, I can't put it higher because there's 3 songs I don't like. Random Access Memories is in a similar point. And it's almost the same with Cross. Cross might need to go higher. I need to re-listen to Cross. Yeah, 100,000 easier than Howard 5. Really is. And you also can rate songs individually from albums, which I haven't done because I'm lazy, but I am doing. I'm going to do it at some point. Again, Trench is at 91 because I just love it as an album experience. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why it's at 82 for me. It's because it has some high points, man. You get, like, at some points... Random Access Memories is one of the most beautiful sounding albums out there. It's just those moments are not consistent enough for me to put it higher. Marua's 79, In Color at 76. This is a soundtrack for a game I really like at 77. Quadeca's at 75. That one might be hot. And then Cave World's at 68. So Cave World 68 is because I only like half of the songs. I know. No. Giorgio. I can see how you would. I only like half the songs though, which is my problem. That's my issue. It's an album where I only like half the songs. The Finnish Rapid Deployment Force. What do they specialize in, if you don't mind me asking? It's like the more chaotic approach. I respect that. I could see it being higher. And then Porter Robinson's Worlds I've cooled on a lot, and Nurture I never really have cared for. He's given places like Lebanon? Oh wow. Have you ever heard of the game? Now I'm losing. Thanks a lot. I was on such a good streak. Exactly. Worlds is at, what did I put Worlds at? 64. So a lot of this is subject to change, and I'm missing a lot of albums. I just can't think of the albums I'm missing because I forget what albums I've listened to. I'll jump on album of the year maybe. Hey, however you like. I just like the interface and the way it works. It's very intuitive to me. Anyway, all this is subject to change. And because that 100 is whispering me like the One Ring. Yeah. Antrim up there. It's got an 88 critic score and a 90 user score. And so you can rate every individual song out of 100. Pretty sick. Also, Docs. I've talked about my first name before. Equanimity. I do need it. Not the game. Well, you shouldn't have told us about it. Goodness gracious. Keep that to yourself, man. Can we do an arena? Not today, because I'll have to actually set it up and let people know, because if I do an arena right now, there'll be like 3 people in it, and that's lame. Oh, I should probably rate stuff like The Wall. And, because I have given The Wall multiple critical listens. That's a song, that's an album I need to rate. No, I got you, Jim, bro. Got a bunch of albums to write up. True. Also. Yeah. Going to look up jokes and say the funny ones. Good idea. Solid idea. Good plan. Wait, does this guy know his theory? Hold on a second. Am I in danger? Okay, no, he does not know his theory. We're good. Never mind, crisis averted. Crisis averted. Yeah, that makes sense, Jim bro. This might be a stupid question, so feel free to ignore. However, I'm curious of what your response is. What are you going to do if you get into a situation where you are ordered to do something you disagree with? Like on a moral or ethical ground? Or do you not see that happening? Like on a from a moral perspective specifically. I should have specified, you're right. Morally. I don't have morals. Fair point. Fair point. Tell you construction joke, but I'm still working on it. Based. I got banned from a streamer's Discord server for a joke. So knowing you, I'm sure it's fine. However, it's funny because that can mean so many things. Bad, but all right. Oh, very bad, but hilarious. There's so like. Let me explain. Plead my case if you will. Oh, please do. Please do. Can I play this? I want to play this. I prefer to go barefoot. Herder. So I'm generally not active on Discord. Not that active on Discord, right? But I'm watching this guy streams for a while, so I just lurk in the Discord. Fair enough. So basically, no chance I'll have to do something that's against my morals, since even going to peacekeep and stuff like that is 100% mandatory. You need to go through FR and DF training. Or do you mean isn't 100% mandatory? So if that's the case, then that makes perfect sense. Some guy joined a couple months ago. You don't have to okay, so it's not mandatory. Or not, it's not 100% mandatory. In that case, that makes perfect sense. Guy who's afraid of hurdles, got over. These are getting worse. I approve. Some guy joined a couple of months ago. He has a tendency to write a lot of what you do scenarios that involve toilet bodily function. Okay, so a child joined. And that's going on with almost every day, a new one for like 2 months. That's pretty funny, actually. It's a special forces training that can be done as mandatorily as the mandatory military service. Okay, got it. Internet jokes. I like it. Yeah, I got you. And I guess it makes sense. Chess.com is a website with chess jokes. That doesn't surprise me at all. I'm going to allow it because of the context. But I might try to get you. Yeah. Assuming you aren't lying, and it's not a family-friendly server, that's a little bit much for a ban on a first offense, if you ask me. What you did by showing up. It's earlier than 1984. It's exactly 1984, except that it's a private area, and so he is fully within his right to ban you. Other than that, 1984. Where chess players go chilled to Pawn Island. Wow. They keep getting worse. Well, I just stopped by. I'm going to do more research on the arm stuff. See ya. See ya, Jim, bro. Best of luck. Oh, it's totally within his right, but oh, of course. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. I mean, can and should are two very different concepts. This one's actually good. Okay, now I'm even more worried. Yeah, I should totally rate the wall. What do I rate? What do I even rate the wall? Okay, I've got a bad idea, fellas. Wow. Well, that's why I was worried. I would never join the army. I like my body to stay bulletproof free. Bulletproof free? No, well, more like society. 20 minute guitar solo. Literally. Literally, yes. That's an accurate summation. That's an accurate summary of The Wall. Just bullet free. My phone's been acting up. Okay, gotcha. I've been having the same problem. The Wall, I think the movie is much better than the solo album. But I don't think that's a hot take. Why is England bad at chess? Because they've got the London. Don't care for Pink Floyd. I'm either not pretentious enough or way too pretentious for them. It's somewhere. It's one of those. One or the other. Because they lost their queen. Wow. Not sure if I should laugh or not. I'm going to laugh. That's because it's pretty funny. Yeah, I get a little bit bored. Why are Americans bad at chess? I know where this one's going. I know exactly where this one's going. Yep, there you go. Boom. So, there, let's do it. You don't need to be a rocket scientist. Or a rocket scientist. I'm so unfunny. Answer it. Let them in. What they're just the CIA. What are they gonna do? They're just funny, goofy, silly little guys. Me, Grandmaster Demus turns out he sucks at karate. That's pretty fun. Did you see that Dublin, New York portal? What? Is this something I should Google? What will the CIA do? Probably kill another Boeing whistleblower. It would be funny, were it not true. Yeah, that's just their pastime. And it's all a TV feed between the two cities, and the Irish did some funnies. Of course the Irish did some funnies. It's the Irish. What did they expect? What do you call a chess player who slept through his alarm? A rookie mistake. Wow. What's the Germans' least favorite chess opening? The French defense? Base Germans. This is a little scary. I may have painted myself into a corner here. Give me a second. Yeah, no, this is pretty bad. You got pictures of 9/11 stuff about Pop Smoke. Yeah, the Irish. Hey, local. I asked a friend what kind of girl you want to marry. Then he answered, a chess player. The reason? Wow. Small chuckle. Yeah, this is true. I don't want to marry a chess player because she'd be smarter than me and make more money to feed my gambling addiction. See, now we're talking. This position looks rough. Yeah, it's not my favorite position I've ever achieved. I'm probably very losing. How exactly he kills me, though, is what I'm trying to find. I mean, it's probably as simple as knight d3. I'm on that grind. Real gamblers now. Okay, local. I'm starting an album of the year list. Or I started. I guess I already did. And and I'm trying to think of what albums I should review. Why are Brits go to chess? Because their queen never dies. This was made 4 years ago. Yeah, it's a little out of date. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I just like fine wine. I mean, I'm not sure what everyone expected from the immortal queen jokes. Those were never going to age well. Yeah, this is very bad. These keep getting worse, Levy. I'm impressed. Every time I think, oh, this is the worst one you can find, it gets worse. Resignable? Oh yeah, for sure. Next question. That's a weird move. Yeah, and me too. I mean, I'm not complaining. Okay, now we go. There we go. Now he gets it. Yeah, my opponent's playing very bizarre, I'm not gonna lie to you. Again, not complaining. I saw that it existed, and I watched the first few minutes of it, and I'm like, this is going to make me depressed. I did not want any part of it, and so I stopped watching it. Because I value my mental health. Do it, Rexpor. What is he doing? I'm so confused. Chess players eat food using a fork. That one is pretty bad. They keep getting worse. Okay, one more. We'll win this one. We'll win this next one. Okay, so it looks like the Drake Kendrick beef is over. I'm a little nervous to try and call it now, but it looks like it's finally over. This game feels like a 2200 was playing for most of the game. At the end, they gave their laptop to a 10-year-old brother. It's like 900 elo and asked him to win the game from there. That is what that looks like. I mean, it's pretty good educational experience. That escalated quickly, Levy. That escalated very quickly. What's my plan here? This is my plan. See you, Levy. I hope you're doing okay. It gets worse. Kendrick's disses get better. The hard part 6 gets worse. There's no good one. It keeps getting worse because he said nuh-uh and then made some statements which are really bad out of context and like make him sound worse. You know? Like every single step of the way, Kendrick has been ahead, which is crazy. Every single step. No, that's me, but with Google Translate to try and figure out what the word they just said is. The hard series from Kendrick are like some of Kendrick's best verses of all time. It's like, I'm going to add a 6th edition of that series with a really disc. Making it the hard part 6 was actually a pretty interesting from a creative decision perspective. Like I kind of get. Like that makes sense to me. But like you said, it had to be good. I mean, like every single step. So like first person shooter came out and then like that came out and like that blew first person shooter out of the water from like the disc perspective. I know first person shooter was a very successful song. Yeah, that's what I mean. And like I'm too famous to be accused of all this, which is crazy. Like that's what I mean. And so like that blew it out of the water, right? And then like, okay. So let's see what happens next. Push-ups. Push-ups, pretty good actually. I'm just assaulting you with milk, cream, and butter. How dare he? I love that. That's horrible. That's probably my favorite one so far. I've never heard that one before. So like, yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah, so push-ups was good, right? It was. And everyone was like, okay, maybe we've got an actual fight on our hands. And then Euphoria came out and was better than push-ups. Like a lot better than push-ups. Oh no, it was push-ups and then was Tailor Made, right? I'm a big fan of whiteboards. I find the writing quite remarkable. You misunderstand. I really do like bad jokes, Levy. It was Tailor Made and then Euphoria came out. He was bored and tired. It sounded like he was tired. Bored, I think, is him coping. Just burned 2,000 calories. That's the last time I leave brownies in the oven while I nap. That one I've heard before. I like it, but I've heard it. So like, then Tailor Made came out. And then Euphoria came out. And Euphoria was just better. It was just better. And then 616 in LA came out. It's better to compare Family Matters to Euphoria than Euphoria and Push-Ups, since Push-Ups are more diss towards several people. Family Matters wasn't even specifically to Kendrick. Most of Family Matters was to multiple people as well. Family Matters was only like one verse towards Kendrick. But my point is, I'm going like chronologically, right? That's why I'm comparing it to Euphoria, because Euphoria is the one that came out next chronologically. Who coloring the dark system? Okay, but I feel like I've died a little inside. I've heard that one too. That one's good. I'm glad I know sign language. It's pretty handy. Wow. Not bad enough? Nah. Not nearly. That's what I mean. And Tailor Made was specifically at Kendrick. And that one was also worse than Euphoria and 616 in LA. You know? And then Family Matters came out. All I did was take a day off. And so then Family Matters came out, and that was stronger. And we were like, okay, once again, we have a fight again. It's no longer a blow up like it was previously. And then right after Family Matters, you had Meet the Grams, which is like the most insanely disgusting diss track in the history of rap. It is pretty funny. Now, I'm of the opinion that Tailor Made was actually kind of good. I liked it. I think it was creative. Yes, it was super disrespectful to Tupac's legacy. However, that was kind of the point. You know? It was incredibly disrespectful. But that's part of what made it, so, for lack of a better word, fun. Doesn't that lose a piece? My book just fell on my head. I've only got my shelf to blame. I guess it doesn't. Actually, it doesn't look that good. Because I could like take this or take this, and both would be interesting. I think takes here is very good. Again, Tupac thing, super disrespectful, but I'm not sure that was like a bad move. But it was like a gambit. Tailor Made was a gambit. If Kendrick's next diss tracks were not great, then it would be like an automatic win for Drake, right? Because he was poking, prodding, daring him to go forward. And so if he didn't come forward, or if he came forward and it was weak, then Drake would have just won and it would have been over. And a joke about paper. Never mind, it's terrible. Yeah. Okay, how about pickup lines? What, you ran out of bad non-pickup line jokes? Welcome, Charm Quark. Oh. I'm playing some rated games till I lose to try to get some elo back. I used to be 2200, but I've lost a ton of elo. Okay, give me a second. Let's see if this guy knows his dragon theory. What do we think? Do we think he knows his dragon theory? Okay, that is a line. It is not the main line, but it is a line. Okay, yeah, now he's gone pretty far out of normal theory. This is just the old way of playing against the dragon, which I'm not going to say has been refuted, but is no longer considered to be strongest. Are you Pokemon? Because I'll Pikachu. These are impressively good. I am impressed. This is very Drosh. Very Drosh. I mean, my opponent wants to play this, he wants to play this, right? That's one of the downsides. Inhaler, you took my breath away. Trading off Dark Sword Bishops I don't think hurts my position too much. Meanwhile, I think he's got some pawns that are weak. Plus, I got central control. Why did Automod get offended by Kiss Me? Wow, which Automod's even... I was going to say that? Yeah, no, that's kind of weird. I mean, again, it's kind of annoying that my bishop's a light squared one and I have light squared pawns, but I can just trade off the bishop like this, and I'm just in a slightly better position long term. Actually, I have to take with rook. When the funny part of the joke isn't the joke. Hey, it was still funny. Yeah, I'm going to lose soon, don't worry. I don't go on very good win streaks usually. I mean, I might not even win this one. Okay. Is he going to try to double on the H pile? I think he's trying to double on the H pile. This guy's trying to checkmate me. Hold on a second. Let's trade queens. Big brain move? What, him or me? You? Okay, thank you. I'm not sure if how smart it was, but I mean, we'll see, right? Queen b6? Queen b6 was my plan. Definitely playing it now. Because something like d4 is now a move that might exist. Because he's opened up this diagonal towards his king, which is really spooky. Queen b6 was my plan? Yes, it was, Fando. Am I in danger here? I'm a little scared of him playing f5. Okay, I know what I'm saving up for on the reward thing. What? Levy. Choose your opening? What you gonna make me play? The Bong Cloud? Ah, yes, the classic. It's funny. That, the Bong Cloud, and like the Jerome, the Cow, all of those, the Alien Gambit even, all of those are really just proof of the internet's influence on chess. Thanos? What? Unfortunately, I don't just take dares randomly. G5 might be bad. I thought it was interesting. G5 H6 to try and prevent him from being able to take and trying to prove that the F5 pawn is a weakness. D4 at some point would also be very good if I can play it, but playing it's hard. Because he has created weaknesses for himself. And even something like H4 doesn't look as scary as you might think because my rook can come to the H file, you know? Okay, rook d8, then h6, and then this pawn's hanging. He could go rook d4 though, which is very annoying actually. I don't think the kind of blade actually really matters. That's not what my holdup is. Is that acceptable, Levy? Check. Why is this bad? Yeah. Thanos, what are you doing? This is a very weird position. How bad is this? I don't think it's bad. I'm better than most. I did. It really looks like he copy-pasted, but I want to give him a chance to explain himself. I'm back. Anything interesting I missed? Not really. I won a pawn, but he might have compensation. I'll let that be an exercise for the audience at home, trying to figure out if I have compensation. Or if he has compensation. Do you remember? What? Did I remember what? Which I guess means no. It's really bad. Then most. Can you please stop spamming? Ah. I forgot that he was threatening mate there. How do we feel about this position? Material will be even. Pawn structure benefits. I don't know who benefits. Probably him. I don't know, man. I kind of like this to try and play rook takes f6. The stopping me isn't the most easy. And I do want my material. On h4? Well, unfortunately for him, that's an illegal move. Unfortunately for him, that's an illegal move. If it were legal, it would probably still be back. No, you. Pawn h4 is not a move I can play either. g4. Oh, pawn to g4. You know, I don't really care for pawn to g4. I don't think it helped my position. Do I take on f6? Part of me wants to just go d3 and call the bluff. I'm calling the bluff. He's not threatening anything. Now he might play h4. We're really there. But I mean, that's just a pawn, right? This is really scary for me. But I don't think he has anything. Because I think I could just go queen check and then if f6 and he's out of steam. I'm just up a pawn. Excuse me? Yeah, I'm gonna just refund you for that one. He chalked? Here we go. Do I just take on d3? Or do I go and include something like queen a1 check first? Queen a1 check as an inclusion looks good. Chalk. True. You believe in Jesus? Yes. Okay, well that's 3 in a row, I think. We're chilling. We're gaining some Elo back today. It's been months. Good night, Levy. It's been months since I've gained Elo. This is actually big. Did you see my last message? Probably not. At this current moment, I'm experiencing the bus stop paradox. Something I created in the name of myself. There's a Dunkin' Donuts near my bus stop, and I usually want to go there and get a bite to eat. The paradox is this: no matter when I go in to buy something, the bus inconveniently arrives at the wrong time and I miss the bus. But if I don't get food, the bus inconveniently seems to never come. This is true, an actual paradox. Radiohead are the Rick and Morty fans in the music world, and Creep is their Pickle Rick. That is completely unhinged. You're right. Hello, Antients. Where did that come from, Nextboard? Do you worship what church? I struggle because I'm a Protestant, and Protestantism is highly uncommon in this part of the world. And so I struggle to find a local church which suits my purposes. I'm a Radio Mid hater. I've never understood Radiohead. Like, they're fine, but I've never been inspired by their music. Where? North Macedonia. I know, I'm half American, so I sound American. Also Pink Floyd. Low-key, high-key, mid. Pink Floyd is kind of mid, not gonna lie. Their music's just so slow. So slow. As Paul wrote his epistles. Some of them. I remember serves. It's a place with a lot of history. It's one of the things I love about it. I love a lot of things about it. It's my home. Pink Floyd just isn't fun to listen to. My guy, you like BCNR. My guy. Their music makes life feel like infinite pain. It's also fantastic, but that's not the point. Home by Kendrick, high key mid. So many better songs from him, but that's his most popular. I need to listen to a full Kendrick album. In a I am not happy in my life way. Exactly. I have never listened to a full Kendrick album. And this beef especially, after this whole beef, I really need to listen to one. And while I know that his best album by almost every standard is Tim Pimpin' Butterfly, I feel like I will probably enjoy something like A Good Kid, Mad City more. Euphoria, Kendrick Lamar. Okay, yeah, sure. Fair enough. Beautiful. John Calvin, do you understand his theology? I try to, but his theology, of course, is very complex. I think I will fully understand it. I'll try. It redeems the whole album. I don't think I'll listen to the whole album. Don't care for Kendrick's music. I might not either, but I think I currently just don't know. Jesus is the only super GM. That sounds fake. Also, I've heard Euphoria. Antients. Just for the record, I have kept very close tabs on this entire beef because it's been super interesting. So I just haven't listened to a full album. I've listened to all of the songs from the Beef, from all parties, and it's been amazing. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Highly recommend. Found a great video essay? Oh, did you? What about? Flip the board? Sure thing. Do I take with? To find a believer on Twitch is rare? Well, yeah. What's the internet? Or if I redeem the board flip to be petty, it'll work. Kendrick Lamar, more like Kendrick Lamar. I didn't know you were one of Drake's ghostwriters. Oh, I already watched that one. I watched that one, Rex4. Fantastic video, you are correct. I just finished that one like 2 days ago. Super interesting. K dot more like K not. Oh, bars. Drake more like. I'm not sure if I should read that one out loud. More cheese equals more holes equals less cheese, and more cheese equals less cheese. Exactly. We've found the paradox of cheese. I'm gonna play this. He's threatening to take the knight, though. I see the Nazi Reds. I see Kendrick's underpants. Yeah, no, Drake. I know, Drake. Drake ghostwriter here. I do like King's Bishop. I've watched some of his videos and some of his streams, but I haven't heard him talk about his beliefs. Uncle, did you see that really weird video of Drake at that one concert? Yes, I did. My gosh. The problem is, he said, "Oh, I'll never look twice at no teenager," but then that video exists. So now the obvious joke, the most obvious joke in the world is, oh, he just because he only looks once, but he makes it a very long look, and it's horrible. It's such a huge publicity L. He's a third generation preacher. He has the lungs for it. That is true. The goat. Yeah, let's let that cheese emoji through. Gone, you should be thankful that I'm as cool as I am, because if I had let Automod block that one, you would have looked something fierce. Oh, well, I'm dumb. Okay, so looks like I'm gonna have to fake it. What's the material count look like? How are we looking? How'd you come up with the channel name? I came up with it when I was like 16. And it's a portmanteau of like alchemy and comedy. Well, alchemist and comedian, really. In hindsight, it looks more like alco is an alcoholic and median is an average. So, I'm not going to say I have regrets, but definitely could have chosen a better name. I'm an Andrew Tate hater, but I gotta give too much tweet of the year goes to him. I also do not care for Andrew Tate, but the man can tweet. His tweets end up being both the best and worst tweets I've ever seen in my life. Average alcoholic, that's what I mean. Diss me, now you gotta kiss me. That's a horrible. I think Rook C8's a move. How old are you? I am 22. So here, how do I do this? Give me a second. Is this the Riz life? No. So here's the plan. The plan is to take his rook, then play rook c1, and then rook c8. Please no brain rot. You can't escape the brain rot. It's the internet. This is the plan. I don't see how he stops it. And so, come on, guys. Look how I'm winning this. Very mature. Probably 1 in a million or so. I appreciate the compliment. Woo! Look at this. We are chilling, fellas. Here. Because now you can't play g5. Well, I feel like it's almost like anything else, where in some regards I'm a little bit ahead, but in other I'm a little behind. Woo! Guys, I just won that game down to queen. Let's keep trying. What? Hold on a second. I'm not going to read this out loud because I'm not sure what he's going to say. Wait, hold. Okay, now I do want to read this. Hold on. Feds keep trying to entrap me with girl accounts on some nonsense, but it doesn't work because I won't reply to girls unless their first message is racist. No way is that real. That can't be real. That's too perfect. That's way too good of a tweet. No way is that real. It's never my turn. I try to play until I lose. And so I just have won 4 games in a row. And so that's the problem. People who like to bring up Coco Melon, can I link it? Please do. What did the fox say? No, you are correct about that one, Uncle. Okay, give me a second. I refuse. This can't, I can't. I like. What? The response is even worse. The reply, the second part. Even if they play pretend racist, you could tell it's not real. Cops are terrible at being racist unless it's a traffic stop. What? I don't. How? Sanath 2002. Thanks so much for the follow. Also, did I miss a follow by Reggae Speedway? Also, fantastic name. I think I did. What? There's no way. What? I can't. Can you hear still acknowledge he's at his creative peak? This is art. What? How? Why? Ooh. That must have been on purpose. He must have wanted to give it to him. Thank you, sir. You're very welcome. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? That's why I love the deferred Lasitsin. You get some goofy stuff and nobody knows what to do. People don't learn the deferred Lasitsin, which they really should. Look at that checkmate. Come on. I did not see a tweet about it, but I heard it. Someone mentioned the tweet. Man, completely missed that. I don't blame you. Sturgeon, GG's, you're not an idiot. I play the Dutch. I have never seen anyone talk about the deferred Lasitsin. It's a very weird opening, and I'm not sure why people don't study and play it more. Because it's goofy. Like, knight f6 here isn't wrong, but it's the harder line to play as black. I don't recommend knight f6 here. It's just difficult to play. Like, this position, let me look at eval real quick. Let me look at eval. You're not an idiot. This is not an idiot thing. This is a legitimate opening trap that is hard. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Nobody plays this. That's why I love it so much. Okay. So look. If we just go here, it's equal to slight advantage white. I have full compensation for the pawn. In complete compensation. And after knight f6, I'm significantly better. Very counterintuitive position. This knight g5 stuff, suddenly this position is really, really hard. Because suddenly, okay, knight takes h7 is the wrong one. I should have played bishop takes. I get them mixed up. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, that's a nice opening. Thank you. So, honestly, if you ask me, I would say that you should be playing knight c6 here. Because now after d4, you can just play e5. And now it's a reversed, now it's basically a reversed Vienna. Yeah, it's not tweeting about GameStop. Wow. Impressive. So this is my recommendation. You play knight c6, you play e5, and boom. Completely venomless. No problem whatsoever. And now, what I like to do here, because I'm a psychopath, is I play d4, and now, if we flip the board, this is literally the exact same position as the Vienna. It is a Vienna with colors reversed, because as white, I've wasted a tempo going d3, d4. So this is literally a Vienna. And since I played the Vienna for a while, I'm very comfortable in those positions. So I'll show you what I mean. This. It's literally this, but with colors reversed. Which, this is the main line of the Vienna. And so, I think it's funny that by playing a gambit, I transpose from the Dutch into a mainline Vienna. Which, no Dutch player is going to have studied the Vienna. And so, that's kind of my little funny, goofy trick. Started being Zola. Any good? That's kind of my little funny, goofy trick. But this position is triple zeros. There's not really much to play for here as either color if both people know their theory, right? But yeah, knight f6 back. The h7 is just such a big weakness. And bishop e7 is very funny, but like, even if you play knight c6, right, then I still go bishop g6 and you have to go king e7. And this position is miserable. I mean, I'm sure I don't have to tell you that. Because I've won my pawn back, and your king can never castle. It's literally the most successful gambit you could possibly have. You wrote a 20-book series that's just novels about the French middle class, pretty much. Right. Which I would be if there wasn't Mate in 1. Yeah, that's pretty funny. But the nice part is that I can also play Queen F3 here. And you're still not fine, because you can't castle through my knight's check, and it's still pretty darn bad. Also, full disclosure, I did not see that it was Mate in 1. I played Bishop G6 because it's the move you play in this position. I saw it was Mate in 1 after chess.com told me it was Mate in 1. So I'm not going to pretend that I'm a genius. I just played the footy check. And it just so happened to be Mate in 1. But 20 books is a bit much and it's depressing. Yeah, if you're going to write 20 books, you have to have some serious stuff to say. All right, you have a good one. You too. Yeah, that delayed Lasitsin stuff, man, it'll mess you up. I really don't blame him. I don't think y'all should either, because I can tell you with absolute certainty, I had no idea how to play that until I started playing it. It's like, I'm currently reading the one about a priest. He loses his memory, starts a relationship with a woman. He regains his memory, dumps the girl, and she ends her life. That's depressing. That's horrible. Is it well written at least? Uncle, if you have to write 20 books, you have to have something to say. So is Dr. Seuss the best writer of all time? Absolutely. Next question. So, memes aside, Dr. Seuss books are not novels. And even though they aren't, he still has a lot to say. There are artists who get away with it. There are I can't speak. There are authors who absolutely can justify writing that much and do a very good job. It's definitely well written, well translated. Well translated. Fair enough, I suppose. We got him. Wow, everyone's just falling for random opening goofs today. Why is that? What's that? What's going on with that? I can get away with this, right? I think I can. I think that's an interesting message because it's staunchly anti-clerical, which is very interesting in terms of the period. Oh yeah, that's pretty contrarian, isn't it? I should say countercultural, not contrarian. Low key, if he plays knight f3, I'm going to take the knight, not the rook. Because if I take the rook, then he gets like this, and I have to think. I mean, maybe I can do it anyway. Take the rook, takes here, and then I play like e6. I think this is annoying. Well, it was funky, so it's kind of late 19th century, so kind of not really. Okay, so he was like one of the people part of that push. And he didn't write other books that were so anti-clerical. Okay. Akko, do you think we'll have another top chess player who was as dominant or more dominant than Magnus Carlsen, Gary Kasparov, or Bobby Fischer in the next 50 to 100 years in our lifetimes, roughly? It depends on if we switch to Fischer random. If we don't switch to Fischer random, then no. Openings have gotten too good. If we switch to Fisher random, it could happen. And it probably will happen eventually. But in general, you could say that period you did have some resistance to the church already. Okay. So it's more so part of an existing cultural shift than a contrarian take. Philosophically, people are already moving from the personal God for a while at the time. That makes sense. I personally feel meh about Fisher Random. I love the feeling of control. What do you mean? Like the feeling of control you get from knowing what opening you're playing? Also, I find the idea of a pantheistic god so fascinating. Let me just make sure I ram up on my definitions. I think it's interesting. Obviously, I don't believe it's the case, but I think it comes from a truth adjacent, interesting place. Right? Because, well, obviously, I don't think the universe is God. I think that the universe reflects God in the same way a artistic work reflects the artist. Yeah, see, I used to like that, but as time has gone on, I've slowly kind of... I've gotten tired of it, might be a stretch, but like... I've gotten tired of it. Because it's just gotten frustrating, like having to memorize a bunch of moves in order to actually like prove some chess ability that's you have better than your opponent. Such a good showing of romanticism, because the time people are moving towards studying observing nature, so it makes a lot of sense that the idea got shifted. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, of course. It's not like everyone suddenly changed their minds on what God is, but it was a shift, yeah. Okay, we're up in exchange for nothing. For a diddly squat. Let me go to sleep. Have a good one. You too. Always a pleasure. Again, I used to like the openings thing more. I really did. But as I've played more Fisher Random and dug more into it, I've really enjoyed it more. Because I've gotten tired of having to learn openings and then have to think about my opponent out-prepping me. Like, dumb example, the other day when I was playing at a chess tournament, I got matched up against my little brother, right? And so when it happened, I was like, oh, he knows all of my prep. What the heck am I going to do? And that feeling is frustrating. I was just like, oh, he knows more moves than I do. He's memorized more than I do. Because he's not in college, and so he doesn't have as much school. And so now I have to either play something different or accept the fact that I'm going to be worse out of the opening. And what I did was I played something different. I played the King's Indian, which I never play. And it worked. Ever heard of John Piper? Yes, I have. I've read a lot of his stuff. Or, yeah, a lot of, like, I've listened to a lot of interviews, read a number of his articles. I don't agree with everything he says, but I agree with a lot of it. I think he's one of the better theologians alive today. Or at least he was. I have not looked into him in a while, and a lot of theologians and American Christians I've cooled on because of the influence of politics into Christianity, which I don't think should be things that mix. I'm sorry, I'm just too good at chess, Levy. I keep winning. What's this? Going to be 5 in a row if I win this? Which, to be fair, it's not guaranteed that I'm going to win, but I definitely am for choice. Why do you ask? Why do you ask, Danmos? Again, my theology is still something I'm working through. I'm not all the way there yet. I'm not nearly where I want to be, but you know, Edwards and Spurgeon, not as much as Piper. Not as, I don't know them as well as Piper, but yes. The theologian whose work I'm most familiar with would be probably be Sproul, R.C. Sproul. I like his work a lot. Ooh, another one. What's that? 5 in a row? Guys, I think I'm getting my mojo back. Why is a bro playing so fast? You're reformed, I just don't know it yet. Oh, I know I'm reformed. I am fully aware that I'm reformed. There's no denial here. I just don't like broadcast it a ton because most people either don't care or have strong feelings that are annoying to deal with. But no, I'm fully aware that I'm reformed. Give me that. This bishop's a big problem. What do I do? This way is where it wants to go. So let's see if I can't get it that way. And then something like this, followed by bishop b5. Solving the problem, my worst piece. If he's smart, he'll play something like a4. And it might make my life difficult. See, I'm reformed, but I'm like a hippie reformed. That's kind of my problem. Good to know, because the Airways reasons are Armenian and uneducated or undefendable. Somebody's a cage stage, goodness gracious. Somebody is cage stage. I want to move this. I'm gonna go to b5. Okay, now c6. Well, not gonna lie, it is a little scary, even if I do believe it. But you know, something, fear of God is the beginning of knowledge. And plus, I think it was Sproul who said that even the best theologians are only right 60% of the time, so. So it's hard. And again, still something I'm working through myself. Got excited in my little Texas town. I met another Calvinist. Well, you know, it's not the most common of denominations. Not sure if I'm fully Calvinist. I might be Presbyterian. It's difficult. Again, because I live in a country that has such a so few Protestants, it's hard for me to really have a firm association with any specific denomination, which I would almost say is a good thing. But, you know. It's a complicated issue. But yeah, it's a fairly rare. I'm calling it belief systems. No, I had to make a new account on chess.com. Why? Was another one of my chatters banned? That keeps happening. You forgot the password? Ah, fair enough. So the curse has not taken another life. On chess.com? Yeah, no, I got you. I also forgot the email I used. Fair enough. Again, I completely understand. The problem is if I take, you can just take with C, and that's super uncomfortable. I'm going to play a little bit creatively. Partially because I've won so many games in a row that people are having to wait a really long time for their turn in queue. So I have to at least lose at some point. So I'm going to play in a way that's a little bit speculative and give my opponent a chance to win. But also give myself a chance at glory. See, that's where a lot of people in the US lose me, is when politics ends up becoming a large part of their religious viewpoints. It's important, yes. I'm not trying to say that politics is unimportant, but I'm of the opinion that it really should not be as big of a focus as it is for many American Christians. Like, it shouldn't be as much of a ride or die essential, you know? It creates so much division. Politics or Paul? Yeah, that's what I mean. It causes so much division. And additionally, just causes so much animosity. I mean, you know, we were told they will know us by our love, and I feel like a lot of people in the US aren't feeling the love, you know what I mean? I need to play 4 games to be rated. Well, you don't need to be rated. You don't need to play rated to be able to play against me. Non-essential. This might be stupid. It's probably stupid. I think it's stupid. See, I can't get my queen in fast enough. I can get it in, it's just too slow. I would have to play, like, something takes. It's too slow. Too slow. I might have messed up. Day late and $1 short. Goodness gracious. Yeah, this is definitely a little too creative. I just 1 in 8 moves. What can I say? Chess is easy. This is real bad. This is real bad. How close are we to holding on here? If I can get my queen onto this diagonal, what can you do? Can you escape this way? Maybe? It doesn't look like it. Because his king's almost in a mating net. The problem is almost doesn't win games. So I need to be sure. See my problem here. What's good? Hello, Roblox Gaming. Bro, what's up? There's so many almosts in this position. I'm going to go for it because I don't see anything else. Again, I do have a lot of activity, but it's 2 exchanges. 2 exchanges and a pawn. And I have the world's worst pawn structure. So, I'm going to have to win an insane amount of material or just checkmate him in order just to justify any of this. And he has too much time on the clock. If there is a defense, he'll find it. Like, now that being said, I don't see a defense. That might do it. Is it really that simple? Again, I have to try. I don't think it works, but I have to try. Here. If I go here, he has rook f6. He might still have rook f6, but I don't think he does. Although maybe he has queen f2. No, it doesn't have queen f2 either. Again, I might be bluffing. I think I'm bluffing. I could have also played queen e7. Now, to be fair, that looks inaccurate. I'm not sure how much it matters, but... Oh, yeah, that's the problem, ain't it? Yeah, that's the problem. Too much material. Too much material. And now he can just sack the queen. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair play. Fair play. Okay, Levy, it's your turn. Sorry it took so long. Well, on the upside, I gained some elo today. How much did I gain? That's not bad. 20-something. Down game, something like 3 minutes. No problem. I'll just do some of these. Let's see the one where I won down a queen. Let's see what this looks like. I think it's that everyone tries reverse to back to status quo if you try to reform everyone. Well, here's the thing, Moss. Sinful nature. Oh, you're talking about theologically. Well, it's a pendulum. Because while I am reformed, the free will argument, again, I see their point. And I do believe in free will. Reformed theology does not deny the existence of free will. And again, it's just a very complex issue. It's hard to understand. Not everyone can spend hours reading theology. And not hours, just like years of their life reading deep and complex theology. Again, total depravity is simple to understand, yeah. No, but total depravity is one of the, I'm not going to say less controversial, but less difficult ones to get people on, you know? But that's not the free will part. Okay, so this is... Ah, yeah, bishop a6. That makes perfect sense. It should have been rook takes. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow, I'm actually still better here. Look at that. See, this is why you don't resign people. And why you don't give up. Because I am just actually still better in this position. I'm winning, in fact. In this position, I am winning. Even though... What is it? It's a piece and a rook for the queen. A piece, rook, pawn. So that's Lasker compensation. Even though it's Lasker compensation, which is usually considered to be not enough, in this position it is enough because of how strong this pawn is. I have very strong bishops, I have a very strong pawn, and I have very active rooks, and this knight even is very active. Look at that. Okay, so this wasn't the best way of playing, but it was still pretty good. I was pretty proud of myself for this. Well, I know. But, okay, this might sound stupid. But theology, and especially more complex theology, like discussions on free will and total depravity and that sort of stuff, while important, isn't the most important thing. And I'm not going to say isn't what Western Christianity is missing, because it is missing that, but isn't the most critical thing what is missing in Western Christianity. It's very important. But like R.C. Sproul said when he was asked if Armenians were saved. He said, barely. Obviously a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but still. Luckily for us, very luckily for us, there isn't a test at the pearly gates on theological questions to see if you can get in or not. Oh yeah, of course it's very important. Don't get me wrong. Now, I might be being pedantic here. That doesn't define God's essence, it describes it. Are we playing King of the Hill, or am I missing something? Stop that. Boom, I won King of the Hill. Where's my trophy? Oh, hold on a second. Oh yeah, he was. Which is why I'm quoting him. My plan failed. I won King of the Hill. Which is why I'm quoting him. Because he's about as reformed as you can get. And so if he's saying that you can be saved without reformed theology, then... And he's Presbyterian? Oh, I know that too. Boom. We got him. Yeah, again, I've watched his entire series on the consequences of ideas, which are fantastic, by the way. I need to watch more of his lectures. He is just one of, if not the greatest theologians of the modern era. How do we carry on? Well, I see who else is in it. Charm Park. Charm Park I don't really see. It's been pretty slow, but that's okay. I agree. Yeah, it's just absolutely fantastic. Okay, gotta go. Okay, see you, Levy. But he did not compromise? Oh yeah, no, it's not a compromise to say that Armenians are saved, or Armenians can be saved, I guess. We don't get to know, but that's not a compromise. He wasn't saying they're right, he was saying they're wrong, but thankfully it doesn't matter. Or not doesn't matter, but isn't mission critical. No, that's what part of what made RC so great is the fact that they didn't compromise. Very steadfast in what was important. Hold on a second. In this position, if I go here and he takes and takes. How funny is that? It's a draw. There's no legal moves for white, eh? That's pretty funny. I almost fall for that. Good job, opponent. I very nearly missed that. So in that case, just here and then like takes is probably simplest. Or heck, push him, baby. Is daily actually good for improving, do you reckon? If you focus on it, and if it's something you intentionally put time into, and you sit down and you think about the moves, then absolutely, it's wonderful. Because it's like playing classical, where you get the chance to really deeply and really meaningfully understand and learn about positions and improve your positional chess and end gameplay and whatever. However, I don't know anyone who does that. I don't do that. Even. This isn't a holier than thou. I don't do it as well. So, in theory it is, but in practice, I don't know of anyone who does it as a learning experience. So like what I'm doing here is not like, sounds like it would be if they didn't allow opening books and I didn't get matched to 700s. That you have to allow opening books. There's no way around allowing opening books in these sorts of in daily chess. Because think about it. If I am playing daily chess against somebody and I'm playing the Dutch because it's the opening I play, it's my opening. Am I not allowed to study my Dutch lines anymore? What if I have a tournament upcoming? Do I have to resign my daily game to study my Dutch? You have to. You have to allow opening books. Right? And so that makes sense. There's no way around it. Because in that case, it's impossible to ban anyone from using opening books, because how do you know if they're not studying for a tournament or something? There's no way around it. Again, and it's the same, it's based off correspondence chess, which opening books are allowed because it's meant to like study when you play with engines. But so that's, I don't have an issue with that because there's no other thing to do. But the air we breathe comment is because I've become thoroughly acquainted with the best Armenian apologetic. Their arguments are indefensible. The first Protestant reform debate was Luther Erasmus. Yeah. Again, Reformed theology is very good at being very logically sound and very philosophically sound. It really takes a lot more from philosophy than Armenianism does. Ah, so this is where I could find Jesus. I mean, I can, if you want. Biblically sound. Biblically sound. Of course. Of course. How you doing, Bill? Is this guy playing the dragon against me? Hold on a second, are we going to have fun? He's playing the dragon. Oh, please know your theory. Please know your theory. What's he play here? What's he play here? Oh, come on. This isn't the correct move. You're supposed to play this. Ugh. This is the wrong line. He's playing the wrong moves. How about you, Blob? I'm doing pretty well myself. I got so excited. Is this a knight d5 position? Because it's like knight d5, queen takes d3, knight takes e7 is often a tactical motif, but then you can go king f8, right? He's very aggressive on his part. No, I think this is a knight d5. knight d5, queen takes d2, knight takes f6, bishop takes f6, rook takes d2, bishop takes d4, rook takes d4. After that series of exchanges, do I have any advantage? Not really. Currently, he's threatening rook takes c3, bishop takes c3, queen takes a2, right? Which, to be fair, is very scary. How often do you stream normally? Normally 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturday. My schedule's been a little bit messed up, but you're scary. No. Wait, am I scary? Just hit 2K bullet again? Congrats. I'm unfamiliar with this line. Yeah, knight d5 at least guarantees me an equal endgame. See, rook fc is so interesting. Because rook fc avoids this knight d5, knight takes e7 tactic, which normally happens if you play rook ac. Since when does Twitch have its own Twitch channel? I mean, I would expect since the start. I mean, like, this is fine. I mean, if here, then maybe actually here, yeah. This is fine. I guess then the idea is I'm trying to point and laugh at how bad that rook is. And I do have better placed pieces to some extent. How much better is not clear, but... I could also just play like a3 and call the bluff. b3 is almost never good. I'm gonna do this. Trolls must go wild there. Oh, I'm sure. This is hard. Unpasteurized milk drinker. Thanks so much for the follow. The best, quickest way to understand the best apologetic debates is AOL.org. Google James White Theologian. I might do. My opponent was playing very confrontationally, very combatively. To be fair, is what you have to do in the dragon. Okay, now I'm going to go for knight d5. Because I think his pieces are misplaced. And he's got some pawn weaknesses, so I think I'm better in this endgame. Wait, is it interesting to take on b5 or not? I don't think it's interesting. I don't think so. It might be, but I really... I'm quite suspicious. He has to play bishop takes d, right? Yeah. Wait, boy, why did I even ask? Oh, that's so rude. Why do you be so mean to me? What did I ever do? Queen's gone in the Yugoslav is rough. Yeah, it's normally not where you want to be. I'm not going to lie to you. But, on the other hand, I mean, I'm not sure it's that bad. I can play like c3, get some pawns off of light squares. You're related to the murder of my favorite president? Your favorite president is Lincoln? It's a weak choice. I'm not just saying that because I'm related to John Wilkes Booth. I don't know presidents. Ah, fair. It's not actually a weak choice. I'm making fun of you. But... Yeah, I mean, come on. Well, making fun of me is also me. No, it's not. You're asking for it, okay? It's not. Hi, I'm watching an ad now. I appreciate your sacrifice, Fly. Okay, fair play. Hello. I'm going to walk my king in. Do you speak Greek? No. I know a few words in Greek, and I know a little bit about how grammar works, because I want to learn Greek, and I find it a very interesting language, but... I'm actually 2K rated. I used to be 2200, but I've lost some serious elo recently. I learn ancient Greek. Learning modern Greek actually helps with ancient Greek, which is interesting. I may have memorized your rule list. Hold on a second. Also, thank you, Fox, for the follow. HyperFox085. He's a tilter? What do you mean I'm a tilter? I'm tilted. You shouldn't say... Okay. I want to play some Twitch streams where you're intimidating? Why am I intimidating? Oh, I play unrated against viewers. We're chill. What's the worst that can happen? I lost a +6 position against Gotham Chess on stream and then was accused of cheating because of it. Well, stand a chance isn't the goal, is it? What country are you from? 64. Please, your soft minutes. Nuke. Just nuke. That's it. That is all. He said. The goal is to not lose 10 in a row, but even that's hard. You want to get adopted? Well, see, here's the thing. The elo system basically assumes that 400 elo is 10 to 1 odds. And so you being 1000 elo lower rate than me means it's going to be very difficult to not lose 10 in a row. If I'm focusing, if I'm locked in, which to be fair, when I'm streaming, I'm never really locked in. So your odds are actually a little bit better than the elo would suggest. How'd you get a game with Gotham? Because I'm an old school Gotham fan, and back when he first started streaming, he did a lot of viewer games. You type !join to join the queue, and then I'll stop playing rated and play against you. Allegedly. See? Boom. Easy. It's just that easy. Can we see the Gotham game? Can you do Blitz or just Rapid? I can do Blitz if you'd like. I just find Rapid more instructive, and I'm better at it. But that's beside the point. Can we see the Gotham game? I mean, you can, but I mean, like I said, I lost a completely winning position, so it's not my proudest moment. Oh, he's very ambitious. Hey, that's a good place to be. Ambitious, not empty stomached. Like, why did you do that? Oh, a good question. It would have been such a flex. It would have. That's just so annoying. I missed a mate in 3, and he popped off. It was hilarious. Well, I don't drink, so I would very much struggle to prove you wrong. Crew 64? See, I don't know him back when he was Crew 64. I knew him after he became Gotham. But back when his average viewership was like 200-ish. I actually created my Twitch account so that I could text in Gotham's chat. Crew 64 is not good. It sounds too much like Team 10. I hate the number 64. I've got bad news. It's Wednesday, my dude. I don't remember, actually. Everyone has like a different taste, so it doesn't matter. It's nice, yes. Everyone has a different taste, so it doesn't count. It's nice, yes. Okay, okay. Learning a lot about different varieties of alcoholic beverage. Suppose I should take? I don't have to. I probably should. He has to take with Rook, right? I guess I could take with King. No, I can't. Okay. Do you work or school? Both. Although I work part-time. You look like him, but not skinny. That's a very polite way of saying overweight. I appreciate that. Can't be Macedonian and not drink beer. I'm only half Macedonian. And plus, being Macedonian is what makes me so afraid of beer. Seeing what it does to people, man. It's terrifying. I should go to the gym, it'll be funny. Come back and be jacked. I should. I should. However, I really don't like it. But you're right, I should. This is true. Factual statement. Is that a flag of Albania on the wall? No, it's not. It's a 21 Pilots flag. So a bar full of guys is like a slaughterhouse fear for you? It's not a fear thing. It's just, I don't want to be around drunk people. I don't want to be a drunk people. I don't, like, I mean, it's not a fear. I'm not afraid of it. It's just, it's not worth it. Or at least, I don't find it worth it. Alcohol is really bad. I don't recommend it, but I enjoy beer too in the cook of my own home, and I don't go out drinking because I turn into a savage. I mean, I'm not saying it's evil to have a beer or two in your own home. Don't get me wrong. Thank you, Sky. Appreciate the follow. 3121 Pilot song. It changes on the day, but it's something from Trench. I really like Chlorine a lot, but I also really like Neon Gravestones a lot. I really like Goner. Goner is fantastic. Excellent choice. Sorry, you cannot use this command because you don't meet the requirements. That probably means you're already in the queue. That's usually what that means. One of the requirements to use join is to not be in the queue. And so, if you've already joined the queue, then it won't let you join again. No problem. What thing didn't work? Monsieur Fox. It's such a boring position. It's a little bit dry. But we'll see. There's still some chess to be played. There's some finesse to be had. I've got a few plans. Just draw already? Let me cook. Alright? Let me cook. If my opponent doesn't have a plan, then it's going to be good for me. You know, some of these dragon players who play aggressive openings aren't comfortable in slower, more positional positions. And that's something, if I'm able to, I want to take advantage of. But you don't seem like much of a cook, literally and figuratively. I got an A in culinary arts in high school, I'll have you know. And I just cook very, very slowly. I do really enjoy cooking, though. Plus, time is going to... Looks deceive, I guess. They do. I'm actually my third dose of enjoyment. I can't wait to play. Absolutely. So I have multiple moves I want to play here. I want to play Rook GD1 and I want to play Rook DG2. That's rough. I think Rook GD1 is best. Time is going to actually start becoming a problem. Yo, I just choked on spit. Great feeling. Highly recommend, yeah? It's a good move. Actually, is it a good move? Does it trap his bishop? It looks like it traps your bishop. He had to play that for the record. If he went here, then I could take on d6, but I think it traps his own bishop. Could you flag this guy? What do you think my plan is? First off, he trapped his bishop. What's your favorite chess piece? It's the bishop for me. I've also got to say bishop. I played the Dragon, the Catalan, and the Leningrad Slav. All three of those openings rely super heavily on the kingside fianchetto. I mean, you're still 1200 bullet. Yeah. What's your point? What's the Leningrad Slav? I'll show it to you in a second. It's the Slav, but not Slav. The Leningrad Dutch. I'm so sorry. The Leningrad Dutch. I got my names mixed up. I'm really just trying to focus so I don't flag. So I'm going to be talking a little bit slower and making a little less sense than I normally do, which is impressive because I already usually make very little sense. No. You're right. Nice. I'm getting better though. Am I still 1200? I thought I've gained some bullet elo. I am 1591 bullet, Mr. Bill. You said you're half Macedonian. What's the rest of you? Murica. Ooh, 94.1 accuracy. Let's go, gamers. Played a nearly perfect game of chess. Now, he played incredibly strong as well. Don't get me wrong. My opponent played very well as well, but it's just... That was a solid game. Super solid. Okay, let me check something here. So, I'm not super familiar with this position. Bishop e6. Okay. King b1 is the most common move. That makes sense. It's king b1, g4, and h4 is occasionally late. I played h4, which is fine. He went queen a5, and now king b1 looks the most natural to me. Rook fc8, and a3, which is what I played. Rook a b8. Yeah, no, don't worry. Once I'm done analyzing this game. Okay, so I didn't play terribly, but I could have played better. King b1 immediately is better, and then after queen a5, now I'm a tempo up, and now I have time for knight d5, right? So I save a tempo. h4 was too early. I have to play king b1 first in order to prevent queen a5. Now this analysis is going to be shorter since I don't have my opponent's not in chat to bounce off. g4, b5, knight d5, queen takes, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes, bishop takes, rook takes, rook takes, c5, c3, king g7, bishop c2, bishop b3, king c1, a6, king d2, rook b c8, king e3. I could have. King b1 earlier was a more accurate opening response. I had no advantage out of this opening. My opponent equalized. I should not let that happen. In the Yugoslav Dragon, white should have a noticeable advantage for the entire game. I did not. I lost my advantage. That is incorrect. That is inaccurate. h5, g5, f6, g takes, king takes, rook g1. I should have played f4 first. Okay, I wasn't sure about that. f4, e5, f takes, rook takes, king f4, bishop f7, bishop d3, bishop e6, bishop c2, bishop f7. Okay, so I had rook dg1 immediately. And if king e6, oh, he still has rook takes. What? Oh, I have bishop b3. Oh, I have bishop b3. Oh, that's beautiful. I completely missed that. Yeah, no, I completely missed that. I was looking for this idea, but I didn't see that I have bishop b3 switch into check afterwards. So like here, that's the idea I was playing for. I was playing for takes, takes, takes. If he goes king e7. And so he went king e6 instead, because king e7, the idea here is takes, takes, takes. And I now have a pass pawn and control over this file. It's a very good position for me. But that's beside the point. He played king e6 instead, which allows b3, which just traps his bishop. And after this is basically over. Good game. Good game by my opponent. Again, he definitely out-theoried me in the opening. He got a way better position than black should be getting in the Yugoslav. And I say that as a dragon player. Okay, Sky. I'm ready to play you. Sorry about the delay. 100 is better than 95? Exactly. So, I missed an opportunity, and I played inaccurately in the opening. I appreciate you challenging me on rated. Good luck, have fun. You too. Get out of my face. I am. I have to play this first because I want to play g6, but after g6, bishop e5 is very annoying. Do I take that? Probably. I'm not going to claim some huge advantage, but I like my position. I'm comfortable here. I probably should have castled first. More accurate. Again, so I've gained a little bit of bullet elo. I'm still not very high rated bullet, but I mean, I'm higher rated than I used to be. How do I want to play e5, but after takes, takes, queen takes. I'm not sure I hold much of an advantage. The Dutch. Yes, this is a Dutch. That's very optimistic. No worries. Never play Dutch. Why not? I like the Dutch. Don't tell me what to do. Let me live my life. Gosh. Again, I'm not very familiar with these openings. My Dutch is still not amazing. It is a work in progress opening for sure. Okay, we'll absolutely do this. I feel like it's hard to get the desired Dutch setup. Yes. That's the problem, right? The Dutch, it's hard to get your desired setup, but if you do, you're in a fantastic position as black. That's part of what makes it so kind of double-edged. White has a lot of ways to make your life difficult. But, okay. Yeah, no, that's completely accurate, Bill. It's probably why a lot of masters don't play it now. A lot of masters don't play it because, at risk of exaggerating slightly, it's almost refuted. Is doing h6, h3, h6, king h7, king h2 a good idea if it doesn't lose material? I like how snug my king looks when I do it. It can be good. It really depends a lot on the position. Because on the one hand, it does overprotect the h3 and h6 squares, which are sometimes a vector of attack. So that's a good aspect of it. However, on the other hand, it oftentimes ends up... It's not almost refuted is a little bit of an exaggeration, but it's really a little bit dubious. But on the downside, you do weaken squares like f2, and h3 is still a possible place to attack. It's just not quite as easy to attack. Yeah. Like, I believe the Leningrad Dutch specifically is like +1.5, +1, if white plays correctly. Now, it's very difficult to play correctly, so I'm okay with that, but... technically. You play Dutch over the board? Yes. I only really do the fianchetto against the Fildor, so I don't really know what you're supposed to do. It depends a lot on the position. But the h3, king h2 stuff can be good, but it's you're spending a lot of time, and if your opponent pushes the h-pawn, you pretty much have to push your h-pawn to h4. In which case you wasted time by going h3. And so it can be good, but there's a lot of situations where it's not, and so you have to like constantly be on your toes. Can we play together? So here's the thing, T. You can type !join to join the queue, and then once you're in turn, I can play you, but I can't skip people in line. Speaking of which, I need to actually close the queue. It's getting pretty late around these parts. And I have a ton of things to do tomorrow. Did it help you, or do you have a bad record over the board? I think it's helped overall. See, I've never really had that strong of a response to d4 in my repertoire. So, how do I put this? The Dutch hasn't had a ton of competition. You know, it's not like d4 used to be my strongest openings with black. And then the Dutch came along and it was weak. I've never really had strong openings. I'm not worried, Bill. That's why I picked up the Dutch, is because I didn't know what else to play and I hadn't really found a opening that spoke to me. That's the same reason I picked up every opening I do. I'm like, I don't like what I currently play, and so I try something new. And the Dutch I've been enjoying. I really have. It's very dynamic. My goal currently is to play the Dutch until I manage to get Chess 960 popular enough that I don't have to learn a new opening again. So you mainly play Sicilians and the Dutch? Yes, and the Catalan with white. So Sicilian, Dutch, and Catalan. I dabble in other things if I feel like my opponent is well prepped, but that is mainly what I do. So like again, against my little brother on Saturday, when I had a chess tournament. No, it was Sunday, sorry. I had the black pieces, he played e4, and I played a modern. I went g6, bishop g7, d6, knight f6, castles. So you're comfortable with d4 positions too? Yes. I'm most comfortable with the Catalan and the Carlsbad positions. So like Queen's Gambit decline stuff. Other ones I'm not as comfortable with. Modern detected. Hey, it worked. I beat him. Oh, is it a Pierce? No, it's a modern. Because I didn't play an early e5. It's not a Pierce. It's a modern. Again, they very much bleed into each other, but modern is interesting. I enjoy it, but I find that I struggle in it because it feels like I'm worse. I'm not saying I am worse, I'm just saying it feels like that when I play it. I thought if you play knight f6, you play the Pierce? No. Since when do you stream on Wednesdays? Well, since forever. The reason I haven't been is because I've just been terribly late and then missing streams because I messed up my stream setup. But according to my stream schedule, I stream every Wednesday. But you know how that goes. There we go. Now, let's see how that went. Modern is goated in Blitz and Bullet. Modern typically gives me good positions against the opponent if they play it. The Modern can be responded to a number of different ways, and that makes it annoying, but you can have a lot of success with it. It's not thanks to the game. Absolutely. Let's look at it. Let's take a peek. Yeah, and so I went a bit ambitious. I went knight c6. I should have been going knight d7 to play. Ooh, you had a schnasty one right here. Look at that. You were winning my queen. Look at that. Oofta. It's pretty rough. See, this is why you shouldn't stress yourself out. Prominent calling me if I found that move? Nah. That's not that hard of a move to find. It's very standard stuff in these positions. Yeah, but the hippo's bad. I mean, for lack of a more nuanced and calm way of putting it, the hippo is just bad. Like, I would rather go to like a Hungarian's, not Hungarian. Is it Czech or is it Hungarian? I can't remember if it's the Czech. No, it's the Czech Benoni, so it's the Hungarian Pierce. I'd rather play the Hungarian than play the hippo. It's been playing a world championship? Which world championship? I don't know, 50s? Exactly. Well, imagine if I sent you a friend request on both of my accounts. Would you accept those? Well, it depends on what your account's names are. No, I'm kidding. Probably, I don't know. I usually accept most every friend request that comes my way. Just because I don't have a real reason not to. It should be 2, G5. Oh, yeah, I'm stupid. I had the immediate F4 because you can't take. Because then I have this. Yeah, no, I had a F4 immediately, trapping the bishop. But okay. So here you're doing okay if you play Rook C1. I'm friending streamers so I can see where they live. Do I have city on my just.com name? I probably do. But even if I do, like, okay, you know what city I live in. You can figure out that by listening to me speak Macedonian. Like, I mean, a guy from our board in FM went undefeated playing Hippo in Team Championship of Croatian League 2, I think. Our first senior team failed to qualify by bonus requirements or what's it called. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Call something Macedonian. Nešto. Something, literally. Anyway. Spassky using the World Championship twice, apparently. Yeah, but again, chess was different back then. And openings were different. Can't be that bad. It's not that bad, but I wouldn't play it. Nešto means something. Again, I would rather... I just find it passive. Wait, do you write in Cyrillic or Latinic? Cyrillic. Macedonian is... Now, it's officially, it's all Cyrillic. However, when texting with young people, it's often in Latin. Yeah. It's not the worst thing to fall back on. And it's a decent backup option, but like... I wouldn't hard commit to it. Not computer, sorry. Okay, I'm closing the queue. Anyone who's already in the queue still gets their game, just no one new can join. Chiribu chiribu. Bullet's barely chess. I'm sorry to all you bullet believers out there, but it's barely chess. It's such a different game. Yeah, this is the modern. This is the Pirc. This is the Alekhine. The difference between the modern and the Pirc is in the Pirc, you don't necessarily have to play G6 early or at all, and so you can go for a very early E5. I know some GMs who agree with me. Like, having a GM disagree or agree isn't like the end of the world. I have a GM who I was with for the European Youth Chess Championships. He agrees with me. Have an IM who agrees with me. Another IM who agrees with me. An FM who agrees with me. I'm trying to think of all the title players I know. I don't know that many title players. 6 knight c3. See, in the Pirc you play early e5, right? You're making those up? No, I'm not. I don't list names, but I don't like talking about if bullet is chess. Anyway, so in the Pirc you can play an early e5, and that's like a huge part of the Pirc's identity, right? Versus something like the modern, where you don't play e5 until much later, and sometimes not at all. No, I have them. It's okay. So that's a funny story. There's a funny story there, Bill. Okay, so let me explain. Let me explain. So I haven't been able to come to a date yet. I've been so insanely busy, but I'm going to. So, funny story. I went and I got all the positions analyzed to a depth of like 38 or something, right? And then as I was doing this, I was poking about and I found a chess.com article from 2018 where they looked at it, right? Looked at the same problem, but they only did like engine analysis and then a brief look at some of the top positions for white, right? So it was kind of nothing. It was nothing burger. And so I found the source of their results was from Sese, which is that guy who does a bunch of chess stuff on supercomputers, you know? You know, like analysis.sese.net. This guy, let me just. This guy. Yeah, right? And so I found that the analysis came from him. And so since the chess.com article mentioned very little about the methodology, about the engine used, about anything, I was like, okay. And so I found this guy's email and I emailed it. I'm like, hey, do you remember anything about this chess.com article? And can you give me any information about any of the results you found? Because I'm trying to look into this myself. I can't find any public information, right? And so I just finished the evaluation that took like literally 40 something hours, multiple days of not using my PC. And then afterwards, that guy got back to me and he said, oh yeah, that analysis back in 2018 was garbage. The engines hadn't been optimized for Chess 960 yet. I wouldn't trust the results at all. Plus, chess.com asked for the data. I gave it to them. I wasn't really involved in the article. However, I recently ran it through the analysis again. Here's every Chess 960 position evaluated to an engine depth of 47, and every time only on one core. That way it's deterministic and you get exact results. And he just handed me the CSV file. I was like, well, there goes a week of computer time. I would apologize. I would feel terrible about it, but it was very funny. Right? And then additionally, on top of that, hamburger. True. Additionally, on top of that, I said, also, since you're looking into this, here's a link to a database of a bunch of engines playing against each other at Chess 960 games. There's around 300 games in there. Knock yourself out. And so, from him, I got every Chess 960 position evaluated to a depth of 47. I have win, loss, draw data from 300,000 engine v engine games in various Chess 960 positions, which means around 4,000 games per position. And what I just finished like 2 days ago is I have win, loss, draw, and move popularity statistics for almost 20 million Lee chess games, Chess 960 games, all by position. Hamburger. Right? I've spent weeks. I've spent at this point like 2 months working on this. I am almost done. And when I'm done, I will have a giant chart that will show the starting configuration of pieces, the engine evaluation at depth 47, engine recommended move, engine win rates against other engines, engine draw rates against other engines, human win rates, human draw rates, human loss rates, and top 3 most popular moves for humans in all of the positions. It's going to be so cool. When's the vid coming? I'm working on it. I haven't even dug into the data yet to come up with results. I don't even know what the results are. I don't know what it's going to show. Maybe all of the positions are going to be the same and it's going to be a clearly best position. However, I kind of know that's not true because I did a little bit of looking earlier. And I know that engine play results and engine evaluation results don't line up. And since like 2022, engine evaluations have been directly correlated to expected win rate. So because of that, my engine evaluations, I can also use those as expected win rate. And so I have expected engine win rate, practical engine win rate, and practical human win rate. And since I know the engine's best first move, and I know the most common first moves for humans, I can think and say, hey, is this position easier or harder based off of how popular the best move is? Guys, from 1 to 100, how cool is this? How crazy is this? And how autistic is this? 100, 100, 200. It's very useful strength chess for 960 tourneys or something. Yeah, the problem is no one plays chess 960. That's not true. A lot of people play it online. There are just very few offline tournaments for it. I just hope it starts catching on. I'm hoping that maybe I can like organize a chess 960 tournament or something. Hydrate? I do need hydrate. But this is going to be fascinating because there's this data doesn't exist. It's not out there. Nobody's done this. Which I understand why, because it's miserable. It's taken forever. But nobody's done this, and so nobody knows. That's what's so weird about it. Is that good enough? Anyway, there's nobody. It's so cool. I'm so excited. But yeah, I hope that the interest is there for chess 960. I think it is, but I don't know. I don't have it confirmed. Timur. Is he still there? I don't think so. What were we doing before that? I have no idea. I think it was someone else's turn. Okay, it's Tin's turn since Timur is here. And then Tin's the last person. I have the data. I need to just fix the formatting because there's a few formatting issues, combine it all, and then just look at it, see what it says. But it's taken forever. I've gotten multiple people involved helping me because I have no idea what I'm doing. But we'll see. You accept my friend request? I told you, I accept most friend requests. Somebody's texting me. I just don't have a reason not to, you know? Like, it's not a problem for me if my chess.com friends page gets bloated because I like don't care. You know, I don't use it for any serious communication or anything. Some streamers don't like it. Well, that makes sense. It depends how seriously you take your chess.com friends, you know? You only friend IRL people? That makes sense. But like, using chess.com as social media is so corny, bro. Again, but if they do use it for IRL friendships, then it makes sense that they don't want random people on that list. That's perfectly reasonable. I just don't, so it's not a problem for me. Doesn't make me better, it's just a different way of going about it. It's nice to have chess.com friends though. I mean, I suppose, but I find it sort of meaningless, which is why it doesn't bother me to just hand it out like hotcakes. Met some very cool people in there. That's true. That's true. It's like the Discord DMs thing. I'm small enough of a streamer right now that I really don't have a reason not to keep my DMs open. So, like, my DMs are open. Will I have to close them eventually? Probably. But, till that day. You'll grow though? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe that chess 960 video will pop off. The plan, okay, here's my plan. So, I'm going to release a chess 960 video, and then in the description, 2K soon, true. And then in the description, I'm going to have a link to my Ko-fi page. And on that page, I'm going to offer the data that the Sese guy provided me. I'm going to give that out for free because that's not my data, it's his data. And he gave it to me for free, so it's not fair for me to do anything else with it. But the full database, including the Lee chess games and the computer chess games, that one's probably going to cost like $2 or something. Like the CSV file. Now, all of the data is public, so if you want to go and assemble it yourself, knock yourself out. I'll tell you exactly where all of it is. However, I did it, it was miserable. And so, I think it's fair for me to charge a little bit for all the time I'm saving you. You want to charge more for less? Well, yeah, but I don't want to be unethical about it. But yeah, so the stuff I didn't do, that's not mine. I'm not selling, duh. And I'm going to tell you exactly, in the video especially, I'm going to tell you exactly where I got all the data from. So, if you want to go and assemble it all yourself, it's going to be extremely easy. It's simple, I'm not going to say easy. The game is as dry as the Sahara Desert. I like my position. I think I'm slightly better. He has a worse pawn structure in a rook endgame. Just a rook endgame though? This is true. Not my favorite type of endgame. No. With that attitude, it's probably your least favorite. Can't I just play this? So now it's a pawn up rook endgame. Is it enough to win? Probably not. Am I going to try anyway? Definitely. I don't know if I'm winning. Pawn up in a rook endgame usually isn't enough to win. Which that's all it is. It's just a pawn up in a rook endgame. I'm not even sure it's that. They're not connected outside pawns. That is false. Not impossible? Of course it's not impossible. It's highly improbable. Oh, what you gonna do? Hey, economics student, okay? I've never pretended. There's no fake here. Okay, fair excuse. I know. Again, I have been completely upfront. I will forgive you this time. I don't need your forgiveness. But it is appreciated anyway. Onwards boosted descendant. Hold on a second. That's not how that works. Is Andrew Tate seriously telling people to buy GameStop stocks? This guy is... No, I don't think it's how that works. I in fact think that's actively not how that works. Hold on, really? Hey, you know what? Fair. I respect it. Does that work is the question? That, yes. he wants to repeat once, then I will switch things up. Because if I take pawn takes here, 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 I'm losing. I think. Here, rook takes, pawn takes, push, king, push, king, push, king, push. Takes. So, hold on a second. Does it work? Hold on a second. Takes. Push. Yeah, because now he has to move the king. In theory, it should work for him. I have a little bit of time to think about it, though. Because the pawns can't push by themselves. The connected passers. Oh, I'll tell you, Rabbit, I said hi. Because the connected pawns can't push by themselves. They need the help of the king. They can hold my king off by themselves, but they can't push. Meanwhile, my pawns that are separate can push by themselves. Wait, hold on a second. Takes. Push, king, push, king. Push, king, push, king, queen. Ugh, but he queens with check. Takes, push, king, push. Takes, push. No, I think he's fast enough. By one move, too. Because after... Yeah, he's fast enough. He's drunk. Don't spend too much time. Don't tell me what to do. My mom. Maybe you need a better mom? Nah, I like the one I currently have. I think this is an improvement. It's hard to tell. I basically declined a draw for there, which I probably should have taken. Probably. I don't think he can make progress, though. This is hard. Fair enough, I'm no woman. Hey, I don't know. People on the internet lie all the time. I was more concerned. I was more concerned about the fact that I don't know you. And it's been a draw the whole time. It looks like it's been a draw the whole time. Do I strike you as a liar? Yes. Next question. Easy. Trivially easy. That's mean? What's mean? Well, did you want me to lie? I can do that. I can lie. I mean, I just figured you'd want me to... That'd be ironic, yes. Hold on a second. He took? I thought that looked bad. Am I dumb? Probably. Next question. I mean, if you can only be mean when you're honest, it's better to lie, no? No. I don't think so. Does this work? Am I dumb? Am I messing this up? Probably. Yeah, probably. Why be honest all the time? Because I think it's important. And I'm not saying be honest all the time. That's probably impossible. I don't have morals. Huh. It's very difficult to answer any question about morals, for me at least. Because I've always found the case for morals in a non-theistic universe kind of weak. Oh man, this isn't looking good. It's a draw. You can't make any progress. It's absolutely a draw. Especially given the time situation. You can look after? What if I don't want to? I'm not accepting a draw. You have 1 minute on the clock. That'd be lame. You're lame. Got him. You are just barely in time, sir. He has 48 seconds. This is definitely a very bad idea on my part. But I don't think it's a bad enough idea where he can punish me for it. With so little time. Flag him like I would make me proud. No. I probably shouldn't be doing this. Ah, should have taken the draw. I think there was some way I could have complicated it more. I think there was something I could have done. Because 7 seconds, I could have burned 7 seconds. Where could I have burned 7 seconds? Took my revenge? Yeah. Oh, I did have a win. I knew I was winning. I knew it. It didn't work. Okay, give me a second. I need to look at this. So, wait. What was the correct move? E5? E5 doesn't allow kings d4. Oh my gosh, it's fascinating. Okay, let's say takes. Not that, sorry. Takes. Now a5. Oh my gosh, that's genius. I was considering e5, but I completely missed that blocking d4 is critical. That's genius. Now I just go a4. And you have to get closer to my pawn. And then king e6. And then it doesn't matter what you do. a3. You can't stay in both boxes. Trousers. True. Oh, that's pretty. I missed that. I told you. I knew my spidey sense was tingling. I knew it. I knew it, man. I knew it. So salty. I knew. I knew. And then a5, it's calling triple zeros. Because like I said... Oh, this is better. a2, d7, a1 equals queen, d8 equals queen. And you need to be on b6 to avoid checks, I believe. I knew it. Oh, man, I was so close. Yeah, so it had to be e5 there. It's the only way to win. And so here I'm just trying to flag you. Yeah, nice from the beginning briefly. Yeah, I have to go though, so I'll have to be brief. I mean, this is just standard Alapin stuff. Neither one of us played like theory, but we both played like the standard ideas. And it just liquidates immediately into an endgame. This is why I find the Alapin annoying, is because it's just... there's just not much to play. Evidently, this was correct. I just thought there was a rook d4 or something. Ah, no, then it's rook takes, and then b5. And it's better. I have to know the Alapin. The Alapin... it's not my fault he played the most boring variation of the Sicilian. What do you want me to do? Nah, that's not solved. It's a skill issue on my part. The Alapin is one of the few openings in my repertoire I haven't figured out how to make interesting yet. I didn't know. Something that's at least positionally dynamic. The Alapin's not even peaceful and positional. It's just boring. I like positional openings. I'll play positional openings. It's just, again, it's a skill issue on my part. I just need to find a way to actually find some interesting line against the Alapin. I haven't yet, but I just haven't studied theory in a long time, to be fair. So it's a skill issue on my part. GG's. Oh. I have to keep that in mind, that e5 stuff. It's so cool. So cool. Okay, well, we're reading TK, and then I'm going to bed. So I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Playing my opponent? I literally said it's a skill issue on my part. Anyway. Have a great night, y'all. Appreciate all y'all stopping by. See y'all on Saturday.